Well, Governor Steve Sisolak promised Nevadans in his State of the State address on January 16th that there would be no taxes in the state's $8.8 billion general fund budget.
But the governor's budget does count on extending a tax that would otherwise have dropped to a lower level, and that might create a budget standoff in the legislature if Democrats can't woo at least one of their Republican colleagues to support extending that tax. Politics Now co-host Steve Sisolak is here with a bit more. Hey, Steve.
This is a fun one. The question is, what constitutes a tax increase? If a tax that's supposed to expire or come down is extended at its current level, nobody will pay any more money. They'll just keep paying at the same rate they're paying now. But others argue if they don't get an anticipated tax break, they're paying more than they otherwise would have, so that means it is an increase. It's a semantic debate that's been going on at least since last week.
I don't know how we're going to pay for them if we're not going to raise any taxes. So that tells me probably that the MBT tax will get extended instead of sunsetting. And to me, that is a new tax. You know, when my carton of milk expires, I have to buy a new carton of milk.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it. That's why this budget that you're being presented with is without any new taxes.
So who is right? The answer starts back in 2015 when lawmakers passed the commerce tax on business revenue. But they also said that if the commerce tax, the payroll tax, and the tax on insurance premium combined reached a certain amount, then the payroll tax would be reduced. Well, Nevada has hit that mark, but Sisolak wants to keep the payroll tax at the exact same level that it is now. So the question is, would that need a two-thirds vote in the legislature or not? Under the state constitution, any bill that creates, generates, or increases public revenue requires a two-thirds vote. So far, Nevada courts haven't ruled on the question of whether extending a tax that was set to expire needs two-thirds. And while lawyers in the Legislative Counsel Bureau haven't issued a formal opinion on the question, back in 2015, they did say that a bill that extended several expiring taxes did need a two-thirds supermajority, and the legislature got those votes. Now, it's not an issue in the Assembly. Democrats won 29 seats in November's election, and they only needed 28 seats to get to two-thirds. But in the state Senate, Democrats only have 13 seats. That's one vote shy of the 14 needed to reach two-thirds. So the payroll tax in question here accounts for about $97 million, which amounts to just about 1% of the state's general fund. That means one of two things are probably going to happen. Either Democrats will convince one of the 8 Senate Republicans to support keeping the payroll tax as it is, or they'll avoid the question entirely and find that money elsewhere. So we will still not have the answer to that question, though.
I feel like there'll be more on Politics Now.
Yes, we'll have more on this on Politics Now. Yeah, absolutely. Two-thirds of us will be there.
Okay, thanks, Steve. We'll be right back.